ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. We all know the story. Our ancestors left Egypt, came to Mount Sinai. There they received the law, the revelation of the Almighty, told them exactly what He expects of them, how they should conduct their lives. And then they built a Mishkan, which was supposed to be a temple, sort of a house of God. God would reside there, accompany them throughout their travels in the desert. Of course, our ancestors did not want to leave Mount Sinai. Maybe that's why the tabernacle, the Mishkan, was built, so that they should feel that this was sort of a portable Mount Sinai that would accompany them throughout their march in the desert. And originally they thought they would be there for a short time, but it turned out to be 40 years in the desert. So this Mishkan sort of assured the presence of God among them. So they didn't feel so bad maybe about leaving Mount Sinai. But there are others who say something altogether different. You know, our ancestors couldn't wait to leave Mount Sinai. Why? Because up to then, from the time they left Egypt until they came to Mount Sinai, they were free men. No impositions, no limits to what they could do. Suddenly comes God and says, hey, just a moment. There's such a thing as private property. Don't steal what belongs to somebody else. Don't take somebody else's wife. You have to honor your father and your mother. Restrictions. They remembered now, falsely, but this is what they thought. In Egypt, it was very good. They even had free fish. It wasn't so. But maybe our rabbis say, you know, the figure of the fish means they multiply very rapidly. There were no sexual restrictions in Egypt. Now suddenly comes a God and says, oh, with this woman you can have a relation, with this one you can't. You have to get married. Altogether different scenario. Who needed all that? Let's get out of here, is what they said. It took a long time for our ancestors to understand that law actually frees you. Because if you don't respect somebody else's property, he won't respect yours either. Instead of being able to live in your house comfortably, to think, to enjoy yourself, you have to guard it at all times. Somebody will try to take advantage of it, will try to rob it from you. You are married, you have children, they'll be captured, they'll be sequestered, they'll be kidnapped. You live in a lawless society. That is impossible. They didn't realize that actually the law is beneficial for you. Our rabbis say, Ratzah Kadosh Baruch Hu lezakot et Israel. God wanted to benefit us. That's why He gave us many laws. And this is what we really taught humanity. You know, and maybe this is why some people don't like us so much, because we brought about law and order in this world. You can't do whatever you want, because if everybody does whatever he wants, it would be a place that is impossible to live in. So be appreciative of law. It constricts you momentarily, but actually it gives you the freedom to be yourself, to advance, to develop, and to live in a society that is hospitable and not inhospitable. Maybe this is why the law was given in the desert, in no man's land. It is equal in every place of the world. You know, why the Jewish people was able to survive? Because they had the law. Other people, when they were expelled from their countries, they simply disappeared. Why? Because what united them? What united them was geography, was language, was customs. Now that they went to different parts of the world, they simply were assimilated into different societies. But the Jewish people not. Why? Because the law is what united them. They had a language. The language was the language of the Torah, the Hebrew in which the Torah was written. Even their food was common also, because the Torah tells you what are the foods that are permissible and which are the foods that are not permissible. In other words, this law is actually the most important factor that permitted that the Jewish people survive thousands of years of exile and persecution and once again return to their ancestral land. So don't think that the law restricts you. The other way around. The law is the one that gives you freedom. This is what our rabbis say. Al tikra charut. Don't read inscribed on the tablets of the law. Read cherut. Read really liberty. The tablets of the law are the ones that give you the freedom in order to express what your true self is.